Once that loads, we want to make sure that we can see and hear ourselves.
Okay, you can see us. I don't know how many cameras you have on me
Just the one.
to add this many pounds. Okay,
That's the X on Google Chrome instead of YouTube because we don't need that anymore.
okay.
Yeah.
Entirely there. Okay,
And you're live.
okay.
You ready to go?
We are. This is the.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, get you going here. Okay, we're recording. This is the Thursday, May the 28th, 2026 special called meeting of the Knox Redevelopment Commission. It is noon and we have a quorum. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And also want to note this meeting does comply with Indiana open meetings law. And the first item on our agenda, we call ourselves to order. Are there any amendments to the agenda? No amendments. We have the meeting minutes from our April 15th, 2026 meeting. Those were provided ahead of time. Do we have a motion to approve? Mike with the motion. Earl, can
Oh, I
you
make a second.
can you second that? Okay, any discussion of the minutes? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the meeting minutes are approved. Next item on our agenda, the selling of the remaining 4 lots in Sunnyside Estates. Mayor?
And that's just, because we reserved them 4 lots for our local contractors. Nobody has came forward to purchase a lot to put a house up. We contacted 2 or 3 of them that were building in Knox, and all 3 of them are, they're building outside of city limits. So eventually, you know, we would want to offer them 4 lots to Allen Edward Homes. You know, I would say give them probably to fall, maybe something like that for local ones to come forward. If they don't, then let's offer them.
So basically, we're gonna hang on to them until the,
Yeah, probably a little longer, but
Okay.
you know, we shouldn't because, you know, that's $100,000 that we're sitting on. That could go back into the funds. So, I mean, we can do it now or, you know, this is just offering. They told me before that they would buy the leftover 4 lots when the time comes, so, you know, I can get a hold of them now or else
When did we advertise for the general public
as last year.
of last year?
Think
To
it was.
buy a lot? They've had that long? Okay,
Well, we had to have a public offering,
okay.
and we did it last fall or something. I can't remember the public offering, and we advertised it. And,
Right.
you know, by statute, we did everything that we had to. You know, so it's been a long time. I mean, they've had plenty of time to do it. So
I'd give them another couple months and that's it.
Yeah, do we want to maybe put something out on WKVI, a news release or something that we've got these
what's your
lots
suggestion?
available?
pardon.
What's your suggestion?
Mine right now is I would just offer to them right now. Or like Mike said, give them 2 more months. You know, we got a hold of all the contractors that were building in Knox.
Does it cost us any money if we wait 2 months?
No, we have to sell them for 26 grand. That's what the price value was. That's what we can sell
No, that's, okay.
them. Yeah. You know, it's just, you know, we have 26 times 4 is close to 100 grand.
Yeah,
We have $100,000 sitting there. So, which will come in handy if we move to do the second phase, or, you know, we need to find access to put another road in there. You know, because if you know, you can tell the difference in traffic on Henry Drive by just opening up, extending Henry Drive to Short Drive. and people are with the traffic
You know,
and the speeds.
Alright.
So we gotta find another way out, so some of them, defer some of them people someplace else.
I would say let's give it, do you think another month is reasonable?
Yeah, a month or two,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
That's fine with me, because I'd like to see it get in that guy's hands in case he wants to build. If he's ready to build a couple more, and he's ready by fall.
I'm
Right.
just rather surprised that the local contractors haven't jumped on this.
we are too, because they were the ones that was kind of
Yeah,
complaining that they're running out of, lots to build on in the city. And in fact, one of them looked at doing that subdivision, but, you know, for a small contractor, it
yeah,
was
that's
too
a lot
much
of
money.
go.
It's a lot
Yeah,
to
that's
go.
a big undertaking.
Yeah, so, you know, he backed out and kind of wanted us to do something, so we did, but I don't know where he's going now. I know it's not around here.
You know, ideally, get all, as much, if not all of the construction done at once. You don't want those lots to just hang out there and then people are in brand new homes and dealing with construction from a lot that's sold much later.
Yeah, you don't want a subdivision and having 4 lots sit there.
No.
Cause then it's a stealth subdivision,
Right?
the lots, you know, so.
Do we need a motion
Well,
to,
you need yeah, you do need a motion on, how long,
I'll make a motion for 30 days.
okay.
A second.
so we've got a motion and a second to allow 30 days for any local contractor to come to the city and make a purchase of one or up to 4 of the lots. And if not, we're going to go ahead and offer them to the developer who is already
Building up.
building in the subdivision. Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Alright,
Aye. Opposed, same sign, and the motion carries. The next item on our agenda is the TIF excess determination letter, which I'll let you explain, Mayor.
Earl, have you had a chance to take a look at this? You missed the last meeting when we did Baker Tilly came in and
the
did,
way?
Baker Tilly came in and did the annual
No, I didn't get
presentation of our
to it.
TIF. Well, anyways, read that real, we have to pass this because there's no excess, you know, we're not kicking back anything.
Okay.
And
that's something that we have to do every year.
I don't remember the percentage, but if we don't do this, we get
5%.
Right.
considerably less money from the TIF, and the revenues are healthy. I'll give you a copy of his presentation after the meeting, but
Okay.
the revenues are healthy and no, you know, all of the affected taxing districts were notified. So, okay, do we have a motion to approve the signing of the TIF excess determination letter as required by state law?
I'll make that motion.
All right, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and I will sign this. So we are compliant with the law. And the next item of business is the discussion of the Bianca Rose floral renewal for the pop-up building. Shondell, thanks for joining us.
I have a stomach flu, so if I dart out of here.
I understand. Well, thank you for coming in. I hope you feel better soon.
I'm dealing with it for 2 weeks in our house.
Not fun.
Carol, do you have this in your packet?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, the back page, the very back page,
Yeah, what I have, is the previous,
May 21st, 25, length of agreement, blah, blah, blah. So that,
oh, okay, here it is.
Yeah, we had,
so actually right now, it is $100 a month, and we have extended that. So every year, every 6 months, we have to, I think by the agreement, every 6 months, either we just extend it or we increase it, decrease it, to whatever we do. So usually what we do is we bring in, and, you know, she usually tells us if she's doing good, because this is a pop-up store, whatever,
Right,
you know. Eventually, we would hope that she would buy the building off of us. That's the main goal, but, right now, we're happy she's in there.
Expected. Any new plumbing you're doing, anything like that?
Kendall, is your business picking up a little bit?
26 has been way better for us than year one was by a long shot. I think that, I was telling Denny last time we ran into each other, the biggest difference I feel like in our business is we have found an out of town clientele for events, weddings, things like that, that we have significantly booked more than in years past. This is only year 3 of business for us in general. So to compare it to, just a couple years past, but that has been the biggest wave of business for us in 2026 is out of town brides, out of town events. That kind of stuff has just been night and day difference to last year. I would say our walk-in traffic is still very much the same as in the past. And things. We're heading into our slow season of the summer. But I mean, so far, I think it's been great. It's been really good to us. We're definitely happy downtown. We've finally figured out the best way to run our thermostat and just deal with a little bit of uncomfortable to make all of the overhead of that, make sense and stuff. So, but no, we generally enjoy it. The city has been good to us. The community's been great. All of our neighbors have been so good to us. So, yeah, all in all, it's been wonderful and stuff. So, and like Denny said, down the road, the goal would be to purchase the building. And we've never really even had a serious conversation about that, but that would be what we'd be working towards.
does anybody have any questions?
so this is extended basically on a 6-month basis or a year basis? I'm looking here at additional length of.
Yeah, for the first 6 months, and Lisa, and
Do we have to stay with 6 months?
why would you want to change it?
It just seems to me in business, everything is based on a 12-month,
No, the reason we only, I think our first one was every 3 months or something, because it was a pop-up store.
Right, and
In 6 months, we wanted to give them time to establish their business,
I get
to
that.
see if they're going to make it. And if they weren't going to make it, we didn't want to hold them to a year or whatever. If they said after 3 months, we're not making it, period, and we need out of this.
Okay.
So that, that you can do what you want, but I would recommend not.
and, and also I think 6 months gives us more flexibility if you're closer to being able to, hey, I'm thinking about purchasing within this amount of time.
Yeah.
You're right. Traditionally, business is on a year calendar, but this is a unique situation in that it is a city-owned building. So I think, and I'll defer to the rest of you, but I think a 6 month is, we can evaluate then, just mark our calendars and then see how things go during what is normally your slower season also.
For us, yeah, once fall weddings pick back up, and I say slower as in like our walk-in front door situation is slower in the summer. But then, we have the weddings that carry us through.
Sure.
Fall picks back up with the walk-in traffic and weddings and, holidays, stuff like that. I mean, as far as like the 6-month situation goes, like it does seem to work for us. I mean, I know we're just over a year now, a year and a half in there and stuff. And I feel like now we're just finally, as a business standpoint, like have enough months under us to even like wrap our heads around planning for the future. You really can't do that without, 12 months, 24 months under your belt to even see what direction you want to take it. And stuff. And I do think that we're leaning in that direction of the larger scale events and things like that. And so, but I mean, 6 months works for me. I mean, I don't have a preference either way.
Paying right now.
$100. And all, when I talk to Chantel, we do need to raise that because we've extended that how many times. So it does need to go up somewhat, not a lot. Because, I was going to check to see how much it costs us, for insurance on that building. And I didn't do it, but I know $100 a month ain't gonna get $1,200.
No.
So, I would say at least $200 or $300 a month. We need to raise it to 2 or 3 just to cover our expenses.
That was talked about from the get-go, if, after 1 year, or after that first 6 months, like we did not jump on buying it, because that was my biggest concern. Signing a contract was like, okay, well, I signed it for $100 6 months in, and then what, and stuff.
Right.
So that was always, discussed with me. So it's not like that's a shock to us by any means.
I mean, it sounds like, all parties are in agreement that we want to continue on and that we do need to raise the
Police.
Yeah.
rent amount,
Right.
a bit. If you look at it by,
Can we do that in one motion then?
I think so,
Well,
To increase. it, yeah.
just to
Yeah,
extend
yeah,
and increase.
the lease. I would think we can do both, yeah. We're just kinda
Or do we need
amount.
separate motions for those?
you can probably do it in one motion, I would think.
All right, are you ready to make a motion? And we can at least have a motion on the table for the sake of discussion.
Well, I'll make the motion that we extend it for 6 months. The lease.
If we want to do them separately, we can, or do we have a number in mind? I mean, you threw out 200 or 300, I guess.
I wouldn't raise it a lot on her. I just want enough, I want enough just to cover our insurance on it. And that's it. The name of the game is put somebody in our vacant buildings, and we did that. So
How much did you say our insurance is?
I don't really know, but I know, $1,200 probably isn't enough. I would think the insurance would be a couple grand a year.
So really $200 a month would do it.
And all you need, the motion just needs to say, make a motion to extend the lease at
Okay, I'll
200.
do that. I'll make the motion that we extend the lease for 6 months and the rent being set at 200 a month.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor? And so that motion passes. Well, thank you. We're glad to have you for 6 more months.
Oh, it's been great. It's really
Does,
in a lot of ways.
Excellent. Well, I hope you continue to be successful and grow and feel better soon.
I'm really ready for the kids to be out of school because they just keep bringing it home.
I
I'll be saying that probably in 5 or 6 weeks.
I was gonna say, then you'll be like, it's time for them to go back.
Do you need anything more from me? We're in the middle of a big wedding.
Nope.
Go get that taken care of. We'll have that drawn up for you. Thank you.
okay, so she's gonna get another lease.
Yes. Do we have any vouchers to sign?
No.
Any other business? Okay, seeing none, I Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion. I'm making all the other ones.
Earl with the motion, Mike with the second to adjourn at 12.